Good evening, I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. Caribbean Lottery comes through big time for the Queen Louise home. Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen to the rescue again. Antiguan billionaire Alan Stanford has been sentenced today, and we'll tell you what St. Croix School got honored at Government House. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. Tonight, Caribbean Lottery, with its parent company GTech, launched an after-school advantage program to commemorate the event. The Queen Louise home received a very special gift. News Channel 8's Wes Small was at the Buccaneer earlier today and has the story.
Thank you, Stacy. We're here at the Mermaid Club here at the top of the Buccaneer. Beautiful view. And it's a win-win situation for Caribbean Lottery. News Channel 8 very proud to be part of the Caribbean Lottery family. It's all about the after-school advantage program and a wonderful new computer lab for the children at Queen Louise Home. You know, Queen Louise Home, the #1 charitable organization in my heart, and I'm sure one of yours too in this territory. Right now, I'd like to take you to these remarks. And again, we want to congratulate the Caribbean Lottery Company.
GTech and Caribbean Lottery work with nonprofit organizations like the Queen Louise Home for Children to make sure that young people have access to computers and the internet, to give them the same chance as those of many other children so that they can learn, develop, and succeed. This is particularly important when there is a general focus on the global economic recovery and the need to reposition ourselves to meet the demands of an increasingly competitive marketplace. At Caribbean Lottery, we are committed to making computers accessible to young people. And we believe in creating an environment in which young people can be empowered. At Caribbean Lottery, we are convinced that with the right vision and adequate resources, children can compete and be a success here in St. Croix, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the wider world. We look forward to working and partnering with other nonprofit organizations within the Virgin Islands through this or after-school advantage program.
And so what we did is we formalized the program and we basically built an entire part of our corporate philanthropy around the after-school advantage program. In fact, in the early days, we teamed up with Colin Powell's after-school program, which was a national effort, and we basically decided that we were going to invest in after-school advantage labs in every place that we did business. Well, we do business in 26 states and 40 countries. So today, the Queen Louise home lab, I think, is number 173 of the labs that we've installed as of today. So that's kind of, we're just getting started. We have a long ways to go. In fact, I've already told Brian next year we're doing one in St. Thomas. So get ready. So, but it's one of those things where you really never stop because the need continues to grow. The need is great. And what we're celebrating here today in St. Croix certainly goes to an institution and an operation that not only needed this, but will use it to the max.
It gives me great pleasure to be able to participate in this ceremony and add my voice of thanks to GTech and Caribbean Lottery for this donation and for the exciting news that this is the first of their plans for the after-school incentive program within the after-school advantage program within the Virgin Islands.
Thank you, GTech, Caribbean Lottery, Virgin Island Lottery, for your thoughtfulness in donating such an amazing gift to the children of Queen Louise Home. And now, we'd like to do a presentation of appreciation on behalf of the kids, and we'll ask Mr. Stanford if you'll please come and accept it on behalf of GTech and the lottery.
kudos to Caribbean Lottery. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Congratulations to the Queen Louise home. In other news, Governor John DeYoung has signed a bill to make it possible to save the junior ROTC. One person who was instrumental in making this happen was Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen. News Channel 8's Wes Small caught up with the senator earlier today at one of her food sales.
Stacy, we are in Frederickstead in Freedom City, and I have to tell you, Senator Alicia Chucky Hansen, the entire territory is congratulating her today because the governor has signed the junior ROTC bill into law. Congratulations, all involving the 8% loss of the instructors from the junior ROTC. We happen to catch up with the senator as she's been keeping in touch with the VI, a fundraiser here. As you can see, she's really getting supported by all of Frederickstead. A lot of orders. Looks like you're running out of everything. Well, Senator, congratulations on yet another successful move to save the junior ROTC. This is very big. From the very beginning, the inception, you said you would not let this pass.
We couldn't let it pass. Too many young people are either going to jail or they are going to in the graves, okay? And the way to turn this thing around is to give them the support that we can give them in arts, sports, and music. I've always maintained that. That has always been my platform. And when you see a program like the GROTC that has over 800 positive, active young people in our school that can influence the other students in their schools, the other young people in their neighborhood, the other young people at St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John, this is the way to go. How can we afford to lose a program like this, especially not paid by us but supported by the federal government? It is unfortunate that some elected officials don't understand that. They think that the way to resolve young people's problem is to build more cells and give them less training. And so I am very happy, and I appreciate all my colleagues that supported by, some came on very slowly, some came on very late, but the bottom line is they supported it, and the governor has now signed it into law. And the summer program, 100% paid this summer for all of the GROTC students of the Virgin Islands is now saved, and the GROTC, U.S. Department of the Army, will not stop the GROTC all-year program in the Virgin Islands. So, of course, I'm extremely happy.
Thank you, Chucky Hansen. On Queen Street, my old stomping ground, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
We'd like to thank the senator for her time today. Now, a man has been charged with stalking in St. Thomas. The IPD spokesperson Melody Rames has more.
Edward Liverpool, age 42, was arrested by police on St. Thomas and charged with stalking, disturbance of the peace, and threats domestic violence. Police said Liverpool went to his ex-girlfriend's workplace uninvited on 2 occasions and then went to her residence armed with a machete and made threats toward her. No one was injured at the time. Liverpool was arrested on Sunday, June 10th at about 8:30 a.m. and held without bail according to the domestic violence law. He was remanded to the custody of the Bureau of Corrections pending further court action.
It was the Elena Christian Junior High School Rocket Club who was honored today at Government House. Let's take a look.
Mr. Bullock, a lot can be said about the school environment and the instructors and the people that we come in contact with. So without your dedication and commitment to making sure that these young people would have the opportunities, it would not be there. So again, we have to thank Mr. Bullock again. Personally, thank you. And I'm going to challenge you to keep it up. I expect to see one of you exploring a new planet, or how many astronauts, engineers, because it's very clear that you have the intellectual ability to do that, and we expect it from you. So again, congratulations on behalf of the Office of the Institute Superintendent and on behalf of Commissioner Terry.
And if you allow me a little analogy, as we are in one of the darker periods of our territory, the Elena Christian Junior High School Rocketry and Meteorology Club rose and brightened our spirit and our hopes for a brighter future. And we really thank you for doing that for us, to all of the students, and Mr. Bullock and the school.
We came in, our best score was 63rd out of 101. And we would have been at least number 1, number 2, number 3, were it not for circumstances beyond our control. But our best height was 743. No other problem. But we're coming for them next year. We know what we're going to do next year.
I just really wanted to say thank you. And that's what this afternoon is about. Thank you to all of you for the tremendous job that you did and the articulation of President White when she came up here to explain everything that is accomplished. I want to thank her for that. Thank you very much. Thank the parents and all the teachers and the supporters of this program. You are what we need in the Virgin Islands more than anything right now. These are tremendous young people, and they are the way they are because you have provided that support.
Let's go. There was 60 tall in the competition. So the captain gets this beautiful trophy. Come on.
Of Team 2.
All of us here congratulate Steve Bullock and his students at Elena Christian. Well done. Coming up, Alan Stanford was sentenced earlier today, and the number will astound you. That's next in your Caribbean Report.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's your Caribbean Report. From Anguilla, a young man, Jordell Gums, a chef at Viceroy, was on the Team Anguilla for this month's Taste of the Caribbean competition, was gunned down in the West End on his way home from work on Monday evening, according to sources. This is the latest in a number of recent shootings on the island, and the victim is the second young man to be killed on Anguilla since Sunday, June 10th, when a fight in Island Harbor ended with another young man, Marcus Rogers, being stabbed to death. From the Caribbean region, Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean will soon join the worldwide family of countries with AmSham. This very exciting development will see a shared chamber for 7 Eastern Caribbean countries, including Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, adding to the 115 AmShams currently in existence in 102 countries around the globe. From the Caribbean region, the European Union said today it would not reduce its level of assistance to the 76-member ACP group despite the ongoing Eurozone economic crisis and fears by the developing countries of a loss in access to European markets after 2014. From Antigua, the Texas tycoon Alan Stanford, whose financial empire was based in Antigua, was sentenced today to 110 years in prison for masterminding a $7 billion Ponzi scheme over a 20-year period. From Barbuda, opposition Barbuda Senator Arthur Nibbs is calling on the Barbuda Council to put the abandoned Dulcina Hotel project on the market for investment by Antigua and Barbuda nationals. Nibbs, who heads the ALP team on the council, said the Dulcina Hotel is symbolic as it was the first hotel project to have been started by Barbudans. From Dominica, a 9-member jury has been selected for the murder trial of Dominican Sherman Webb, who is charged with the killing of Corey Rohan Polion from Barbados. Polion from St. Lucie is believed to have been the victim of a gruesome killing that involved a satanic ritual. From the Dominican Republic, a proposed regulation in the Dominican Republic could stop illegal immigrants from studying in the nation's public schools, affecting thousands of Haitian students who were relocated after the 2010 earthquake. Immigration officials say requiring students to have valid identification documents is part of the nation's sovereign right. Also, the expiration of migratory regulations 2 weeks ago has left business owners across the Dominican Republic questioning whether they will find enough workers to sustain their way of life. From Guyana, Guyana is looking to the country of Russia for support. Guyanese President Donald Ramotar recently stated that Russia's advocacy at international forums such as the G8 and G20 can help small countries in their quest for reforms of the international system. Russia is not only a supporter of Guyana's position on climate change, but the country also recently helped Guyana by writing off more than $50 million of Guyana's bilateral debt. From Nevis, Premier of Nevis Joseph Parry will be the special guest speaker at the St. Kitts Nevis Investor Seminar in Zurich, Switzerland on Friday, where he will highlight investment opportunities available in the Federation. From Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico currently is the only place in the Western Hemisphere where all people, including those charged with rape and murder, are always entitled to bail. But under an upcoming referendum, voters will decide on August 19th if judges can be allowed to deny bail in those cases. And in your cricket update, stylish left-hander Darren Bravo returned to form with a polished, unbeaten century, while Dwayne Smith dazzled but fell just short of 3 figures as the West Indies warmed up for their one-day series against England by crushing Middlesex on Wednesday. But Chris Gayle, in his first match in West Indies colors in 14 months, sparkled only briefly. The West Indies versus England starts play again this Saturday. Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full stories and details in the Caribbean Report. Now, financial expert Warren Mosler is calling the public out to an event tomorrow night at Home Depot. It's in an effort to financially support public school students who are accepted to private schools. Parents, please pay attention to this report.
Thank you very much. We're at Chandler's Wharf. I'm here with financial expert Warren Mosler, right here in Gallows Bay. Warren Mosler of the Valance Financial Group. $10,000 per child. That's what it costs, I believe, to educate a public school student. Is that? I'm going to let Warren break it down. Home Depot, 5 o'clock Friday, we're going to have a rally to discuss education in our territory, and you've broken it down financially. Warren, welcome, and please tell us what that's all about.
Thank you. Yes, it's a simple proposal. The proposal is that every student grades K through 12 in the Virgin Islands would get a $10,000 scholarship to go to any private school that he can get into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's it. And I'm working on behalf of Senate President Ronald Russell, and we've got an event scheduled Friday, 5 o'clock in the parking lot next to Home Depot, and we've invited clergy, educators, senators, the governor, the delegate, all to come in and speak in support of this idea.
You know, it's very interesting you're saying that. We have private schools like Country Day and Good Hope Manor School, and a lot of these schools could be in jeopardy of closing since Hovens has left the territory. Right. So you're breaking it down economically, that $10,000 can be offered to anyone who wishes to get their children into the private school sector.
Yes, and I think that once all students have $10,000 scholarships, we will see the private schools expand to be able to accept any student who wants to go to a private school. Now, what makes this possible is that right now the territory spends approximately $220 million to educate 15,000 public school students. That's an average of $17,000 per student. So when this Senate gives a student $10,000 to go to a private school, they're actually saving $7,000. And we've been around to all the private schools, and $10,000 is more than enough to ensure the private schools can function.
Do you think this can happen and come to fruition?
It just takes 8 votes in the Senate, and it happens. And the senators seem to be in favor of it, and would like to see some public support to know that they're doing what we would like to see happen.
Warren, if people would like to get more involved in this, even before the event, is there phone numbers, or can they go online to find out more about your project?
The answer is yes. Send me an email at warren.mosler@gmail.com.
Okay. Warren Mosler, thank you very much. Financial expert. At the time I walked in, talking to a lot of people all over the world, and he just took 5 minutes to let us know. So I don't know how much money he's missing by sitting out here. So I have to get you back inside. We are at Chandler's Wharf, the Valance Corporation. Financial expert Warren Mosler. If you're just joining us, a wonderful opportunity for us to send your children to private school. And look, the powers that be, the government actually saves $7,000 per child. Well, good equipment you've got back there to decipher all that. Okay. Warren Mosler, thank you very much. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
A special note from Principal Willard John of the St. Clair Educational Complex. He's inviting parents and guardians of students in grades 9th through 11th to pick up their 4th marking period and final report cards for the school year between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Monday, June 18th. Report cards and graduation packages will be distributed to 12th grade students from Monday, June 18th to Wednesday, June 20th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. John advises parents and guardians to take the time out to carefully review the cards with their children. Coming up, it's girls basketball in your Sports 411.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
one.
Thank you all for your support with the women's national basketball team. As you can see, we're getting ready to get started with a practice. We have some tough competition coming up in Puerto Rico. We start off with Dominican Republic, then we have Trinidad and Tobago, and then we have Cuba. And so the girls have a very tough bracket, and so we have to be ready, and we're gonna do that. I also want to introduce the rest of my staff. Right here, coming over is the famous Crucian woman, Coach Heidi Williams, or Stephanie Williams, for you that know her on the professional level. But Coach Heidi's been doing a great job, and I'm gonna have her take over and introduce the rest of the team.
All right, good afternoon. Thank you for having us. We'll take this opportunity to introduce the rest of the team. We'll take an opportunity to introduce one of our young budding superstars, and her name is?
Brittany Matthew.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what all of this means to you.
I was originally born here, and I moved up when I was 6. I live in Houston now. Got a scholarship to Stephen F. Austin University, and I was glad to have this opportunity to come play with the Virgin Islands national team, and I love it so far. This is my 2nd year, and I look forward to it, and hopefully we get the gold this year.
This experience means a lot to me. I feel honored to actually be invited to come play for the team and represent the VI as a whole. I feel like we have a great potential to win gold or even silver, and an even place just to keep going and playing and representing.
My name is Lanis Bao. My father is Donald Bao. My mother is Brina Liber. I used to go to Sinclair Central High School, and now I attend Panola Junior College in Texas.
What do you think our chances are this summer in comparison to winning the bronze medal last summer?
Well, our chances this year is really good because we have more players and more contributors, and it's a higher chance for us to get a gold this year.
We want to really make sure that we thank Usi Richards, the VI Basketball Federation. We want to make sure that we thank all the Virgin Islanders that give us tons of support. Without you guys, we couldn't do it. And, we're going to go over to Puerto Rico, and we're going to represent hard. We really are. The girls are working hard. We've been practicing 2 times a day. Once we went 3 times in one day. So we're going to really try to bring it.